now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and do my eyeshadow. And because I switched to this palette, I'm just going to stick with this palette. So I think this rose palette is honestly probably the better one for doing this if you're going to use all shades, rather than the nude palette. Honestly, just looking at it, I don't think there's as many options if you're light skinned like me. The cool tone palette would work, but then there's nothing for blush. Same with the sunset palette. So I think this one's going to be your best bet if you're trying to do everything all in one. All right, so let's try with the little thingy-maboober that it comes with. And I'm going to use the same shade that I used to highlight with to start. And already I'm reminded why I just like to use my fingers. All right, so I think that's a great base. And then I don't think I'm going to use any mattes, only because I had the concealer as my base, which was a nice matte color. I think I'm going to go in with the same shade that I used for my blush. And I think that looks good. And then there's like a nice like purple, like darker purple shade here. This one. I'm gonna give this a try. So the pigments on these are like, this looks purple to me, but it went on kind of like orangey. And then we'll do a little bit of gold. All right, I think that looks pretty good. There's a ton of other colors on here that you could play with. You can see I have barely even touched half the palette. And now I'm going to spray my face with this one more time before I do the eyeliner and mascara. So now we're going to do mascara and eyebrow pencil. Although I don't have black eyebrows, so for me this is just going to be eyeliner. But if you have black eyebrows, then this will be a nice double whammy for you. All right, I think that looks good. You noticed I put the pencil like this instead of using the point directly. I find that helps kind of like give it kind of like a smoky, sort of like smudgy look. Grew up in the 2000s slash late 90s. Where like messy makeup was like the thing. Smudge this a little bit. All right, so now I'm going to use the mascara, and I'm not going to use a curler only because we are pretending like I don't have anything but the things I just purchased. So if you're not using a curler or really expensive mascara, I'm going to say that your best friend is going to be a second coat. So what I'm going to do next is actually, I'm going to put more eyeshadow on top of my eyeliner. I've never really liked harsh eyeliner lines like that. So my like kind of technique that I've done ever since I was like a kid was I take whatever like my bolder shade is. So let's take that last shade we used, the darkest one, and I'm just gonna pat it over top of that eyeliner. You see that's gonna smoke it out. So this is like really hard to do without makeup brushes. If you have brushes, this would be a lot easier for you, but I'm taking the hard way apparently tonight. So yeah, I like that a lot better. It like kind of like reduces the harshness of it, and it just makes it look a little bit more cohesive in my opinion. And we're still ignoring this, by the way. Roundly and wholly, I'm just pretending like this is the only side of my face. So right now I would say everything looks pretty good with the exception of this that we're ignoring. So now I'm going to pick my color. I think I'm going to go with the pink. Although this one probably makes more sense with the colors. Yeah, you know what? Let's go with this guy. So this is the completed look. I think it looks pretty good for only using a few different items from Family Dollar. Like I said, we're ignoring this side. And honestly, you could go harder if you want. Like you could do a much bolder like blush and a much bolder highlight with the rose palette that we use. There's plenty of colors on here that I feel like would work really well for that. I just didn't want to go too hard because I didn't want to do like full glam. This is just kind of like an everyday kind of look. This whenever I wear these, they just kind of we're leaving it. I didn't really want to do like a full glam. You could definitely sort of like tone this back if you just wanted to use one color or one of the more basic colors, or if you already have blush, or if your powder matches your skin tone a little bit better, you don't need to mess with making contour out of the eyeshadow. But I think it actually worked out pretty good. And then I did just go back in with some powder over top of the contour that I did up here that was like a little too dark for me. And I really think that it evened it out like pretty perfectly. Honestly, I don't think it's that bad. I think it looks good. And I think just the titch bit of color added back to my face really adds a lot. Not this, just over here. And then I did do a little bit underneath my chin, but I don't think that's really necessary if I'm going to be honest. You could probably just leave that, but I should have gotten all of the cream powder off my lips before I put the lip gloss on because it's not colored, so it doesn't kind of cover that up. But anyway, I'll leave that for you guys. But yeah, what do you guys think? Let's do a tally real quick. So this was $235. These were $235. This was $240. These were $210. This set was $245. And then optionally, if you ended up using this instead of the powder thing, it was $235 as well. So I ended up using both for an experiment, but realistically I really only needed to use one or the other. So let's just say I used just this one. So that's, let's see, let me add that up. So that comes out to a total of $11.85. What do you guys think? Do you think that we could do better with Dollar Tree? I have plenty of stuff that I've purchased and I'm planning on doing a full face video just like this one. So let's see, maybe there's a better option at Dollar Tree, but just in case you don't have one near you or the Dollar Tree that is near you doesn't have as many beauty options, I think that this is a great option. You really only need to buy like 5 or 6 products, and then you don't even need to buy any tools like I showed you. You just struggle a lot like I did, but if you're doing a lot less, if you're just doing like one eyeshadow color, just maybe concealer and foundation, a little bit of powder, that kind of stuff, then you know you could even skip the concealer and foundation and just do powder if you want. I think that these are great to kind of just get bare basics and go from there. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great evening and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.